Welcome to my video on an important Python Tkinter project. In this video, we will write a Python Tkinter project or program for supermarket billing system with MySQL database. So in this video, we will use VS Code to write our Python code. So you can create a folder with any name and anywhere inside your computer. So I have created this Python projects folder. So I will open it, and now I have to open command prompt. So here I will type cmd to open command prompt, and then I will enter a command code space dot to open VS Code. So after it, I will click enter key, and now you can see that it is our VS Code editor. Now I have to create a new file inside this folder, Python projects. So I will click this new file option, and now I will give a name to my new file. So I will give name bill system, and then extension for Python is .py, and then I will click enter key from my keyboard. Now my file is created successfully inside our Python projects folder. Now I will collapse it, and next I have to import a tkinter. So here I will type import tkinter as tk. Okay, and next this tk is a alias, and next I have to define a class using class keyword, and then I can set a name for class. I will set bill. Okay, and next I will use a colon, and now I have to initialize constructor. So first I have to define it with def keyword, and then double underscore in it, and then again underscore, and then I have to pass two parameters. One is self and other is root. Root is an instance variable. You can use any other name for root. So next I have to use colon, and then I have to initialize this root, that is the instance variable. So next self dot root, and then I will initialize it with root. So next I have to create a user interface window, and then I have to define an object. So next here I have to create a root or user interface window by using tk. This is a, this tk is a widget to create our root window. So next I have to create an object. So I will create object, that is name of class is bill, and here I have to pass root as a parameter. And next I have to access main loop by using root and then dot main loop. This main loop is used to handle all the events in a project. So next I have to set a title for my root window. So next I will use self dot root dot title, and then I will set title supermarket. Okay, this is enough for title. And next I want to save it, and then I will execute it to test. And next you can see this is our user interface window, but its size is very small, so I want to set it according to my device size. Okay, so how can I do it? I will close the terminal, and here I have to declare a variable with name screen width. You can use a different name. So next I have to initialize it. So now I have to get screen width. So how can I get this? I will use self dot root dot w info. This w info is used to get information about a specific widget. Okay, this w is used for widget, and info mean information. Okay, and now I have to get information about width of my screen. So here I will use screen width. Okay, in this way we will get width of our screen, and now I have to get height of screen. How can I do this? I will use screen height variable name, and then I will use once again self dot root dot w info widget info underscore screen height. Okay, so in this way we will get height, and then we will initialize this variable with this gotten value. Okay, so next I have to set this size by using geometry method. So next I will use self dot root dot geometry, and then I will assign this size to this geometry method by using or as a parameter. So how can I do it? I will use f or formatted string. So it is used to carry both string and variable values. So first I will use variable value of screen width. Okay, and next I have to use cross or multiplexer, and then I will use another value that contains screen height. Okay, screen height, and next I have to start from first row and first column. Okay, now it will be set according to height and width of my device screen. So I will save it, and then I will execute the program, test it, and now you can see this is our root window or main user interface window. So now its size is according to my screen width and height. So I will close it, and next I have to design this user interface window. Like I have to set a main title label. So here I will declare a variable with name main title, and then I have to use a widget that is label. So here I will access them by using tk and dot. Now name of widget is label. So here I will use label, and then I have to create this label inside our root windows. So here I will pass self dot root, and next I have to set a text value by using text property, and next I have to give a text value like supermarket billing system. Sorry, billing system, and this will be set as a main title. And now I have to set its background border. So first I will use bg property to set its background color. So I will set it light gray. Okay, and next I have to set font style color. So here I will use fg, I mean foreground, and then I will give value red. So text color will be red and background color will be uh, light gray. And next I have to set border by using bd property, and I will give value 5 to our border. And next I have to set a style for border by using a relief property, and then I will set style groove. You can use different style, and next I have to set font style. So here I will use font property, and then I will use tuple. So here I will set style Arial, and then text size or font size 40, and then I will set them bold. Okay, and now I have to set its position. Sorry, now I have to set its position. So here I will use main title dot pack method. Okay, so in this way we will set its side. So here I have to use side property, and then I will set side top. Okay, so I will choose this top, and next okay, it is enough. Now I will save it, and then I will execute the program to test it. And now this is our main title. that is supermarket billing system, but its width is very small. I have to set it according to x-axis. Okay, I want to fill it inside this x-axis. So I will close user interface window, then this terminal, and now I will use here fill property. Okay, fill, and then I have to fill it horizontally. So here I will use X. Okay, now it is set. Next, I have to create a frame. Okay, so here I will pass as a comment because it will be easy to find it. So here I will use title frame or input frame. Okay, input frame. This is input frame, and next I have to create a frame to get inputs, and we will create some kind of buttons inside this input frame. So here I will create a frame. So this is self is used to access these widgets and our functions. Okay, so here I will use self dot. Now I will set name input frame. Okay, so this is input frame, and then I have to, sorry, this is variable name, and now I have to create it by using tk dot frame. So this frame is widget, and next I have to create it inside our root window or main window. So here I will use self dot root. In this way it will be created in our root window, and next I have to set its background by using bg property, and I will set light gray, and next I have to set its border by using bd property. So I will set the size 5, and then style of border by using relief property, and then I will set groove. Okay, and next I have to set its width, but I will set width and height in our uh, place method. So this is background and with border and a style of border. Okay, so it will be enough, and next I will go to next line, and here I have to use place method to set its position. So next I will use self dot input frame dot place. Okay, and now I will set its padding along with x-axis. So here I will use x, and then I will give value 20, and then I will set its uh, padding along with y-axis or vertically, and then I will give value 90, and next I have to set its width by using width property, and I will set its width 400. Okay, it will be enough, and next I have to set its height. So here I will use height property, and then I will set 550. Okay, so in this way we have created a frame. So I will save it, and then I will execute the program to test it. So this is our frame. So this is input frame. Okay, it is created left side of our this root window. So padding is little bit greater, so I have to decrease it. I will set its value 10. Okay, so here I will use 10 instead of 20. Now I have created a input frame, and now I have to create some widgets inside this input frame, like some labels, some input fields, and some buttons. So first I have to create a label. So here I will use label name. It will be created to get name of item, so I will set item. Okay, and next this is variable, and next I have to create a label tk dot label, and next I have to create it inside our input frame self dot input frame, and next I have to set text for this label by using text property, and I will set label item name. Okay, item name, and next I have to set its background color by using BG. Okay, so I will set its background color light gray, light gray, and next I have to set its font style. So here I will use font property, and then I will give value by using tuple. So style is Arial, and its font size should 15, and next I will set them bold. Okay, sorry, I have to use pair of double comma, and then I will give value bold, and next I can set its width. Okay, so width should 15, and next I have to set its layout. So item dot grid, so I have to use grid layout. So I will create this first label widget in our first row and first column. Okay, and then I have to set its padding. So I will use padding of x-axis pad x, and I will give value 10. Okay, and then I will set its uh, padding for y-axis. So I will give value 20. Okay, or I can use 30. So I want to see, but we will see it later. So first we should create a label, sorry, not label, input field, that is entry widget. So here I have to use name self dot item in, because I have to get value from user by using this widget. So I am setting its name item in. Okay, so you can use different name, and then we have to create widget that is tk dot entry. Okay, it is used to get value from user, and it will be created inside our input frame self dot input frame. And next I have to set its width. So here I will set width 15, and next I have to set border by using BD, and I will give border value 2. Okay, and then I have to use font style by using font property, and then I will use style Arial and value 15, but not bold. Okay, so in this way we are creating input field with name item in, and it will be created inside our input frame. Its width is 15, and its border value is 2, its font style is Arial, and text size is 15. Okay, now I have to set its layout. I will use self dot item in dot grid, because I have to set grid layout, and here I will give value for padding for x-axis. So here I will use pad x, and I will give value 5, and pad y I will give value 30. Okay, and then it will be created in our first row. Sorry, it will be created in first row but second column. Okay, so here I will use column property and then give value 1. Okay, for second column number. Now I want to see output. I will save it, and then I will execute my program. So this is our item name label, and this is our input field, but its padding is little bit greater, so I will decrease it, and I will also decrease the padding for this widget or input field. So I will close the window, and I will close here. Now I will change values like I should remove this width. Okay, so I will remove this width. It will set itself according to text size. Okay, now it will enough, and I will remove also this padding for entry widget, and then I will save it once again, and then I will execute it, and now you can see this is some better. Now next I have to create another label and widget name for quantity of item. So I will copy this existing code because the process will remain same. Only I have to make some changes. So I will paste it next, and then I will change name. Its name should quant. Okay, because we have to get quantity, so its name should quant. So I will replace item with quant, and next I will set its row number. I will set in second row and first column, and the paddings will remain same. Just I will replace name with quantity. Okay, because I have to get quantity from user, and in the same way I will remove or replace this item with quant. Okay, so I will replace it also. So here I will use quant. Okay, and I will set it in second row and second column, and other values and properties will remain same. And now I will save it, and then I will execute the program, and now you can see this is our first label and first input field, and item quantity is second label, and this is second input field to get quantity of item. And now I have to create some buttons like purchase button, a print bill button, and add item button if user want to add some quantity in his or her store. So I will close it, and also I will close the terminal, and next I have to create three buttons. So first I will create button with name purchase button. Okay, purchase button, and next I have to uh, create it inside our input frame. So here I will use tk dot button widget. Okay, so name of widget is button, and I will create it inside our this input field, sorry, input frame. Okay, and next I have to set its text value. So I will use text property, and then I will set value purchase. Okay, so this is purchase button. When a user will enter item name and quantity, then he will click purchase button. In this way item will be added in our list box. Okay, that will be created later. So next I have to set its border. I will use bd property, and I will give value 2 for border, and I will set border style relief. So I will give value raised. Okay, so it will be raised, and next I will give background color by using bg property. So I will give background color sky blue. Okay, sky blue, sorry. And next I have to set its font style. I will use font property, and then I will use style Arial, and then size of font 15, and then I will set it bold. Okay, so I will set a width of this button. So here I will use width property. So this is width property, and I will give value 8. Okay, so in this way we are creating one button, and next I have to create it in our or I have to set its layout. So layout will be, sorry, purchase button dot grid. So this is our layout, and I have to set its row. So it will be created in third row. Okay, and first column. So I will use column property and then I will give value 1 to set it in our first column, and next I have to uh, give padding. So here I will use pad x and then I will give value 30. Okay, and next I have to give value for y axis. So here I will use property pad y and then I will give value 70. Okay, so I have to create one more button. So I will copy this code from here with control plus C and then I will paste it on next line. So I have to change name like it is print bill button. Okay, so here I will use print bill and I will replace it also. It should print bill, print bill, and in this way I have to create it in our third row, but sorry, I have to create it in first column. So here I will give value 0 and it will be created in our second column, and next I have to change its text value. So I will give value print bill. Okay, and next its width will remain same, border style, background color, font style, and all other values will remain same. So I will save it and then I will execute my program, and now you can see these two buttons are created. So I should increase padding for x-axis. Okay, and next I have to create button for add a item. So I will close this frame, sorry, user interface window, and next I have to increase padding. Okay, so padding should 40, but I will increase padding for our first purchase button. Okay, now I have to create one more button. So I will copy it, but I should create a new button because values are different for this button. So it will be created for add-in some item. So I will give name add button. Okay, add button, and then I will create button by using tk dot button, and then I will create it inside our this input frame self dot input frame, and then its size should I will use width and I will give value 15. Okay, and then I will give a border style bd, and border will remain same like value with value 2, and next I have to give a style for border. So I will use same style raised, and next I will apply same font style. So I will copy it from here and then I will paste it. So I will paste it here. Okay, so in this way this button will be created, but I have to set its text value. So here I will use text. Okay, text property, and I will give value add item. Okay, and I will use comma to separate it from other property. So in this way this add button will be created in our input frame, and next I have to use its background color. So here I will use bg property background. Okay, and then I will give value background sky blue. Okay, sky blue. So this is enough, and next I have to set its layout. So here I will use add button dot grid, and then I will set its row number. So I have to create in next row, that is fourth row. Okay, and column is 0 because I have to create it in our first column. Okay, and then I will give padding. So for x-axis I will give value same value, that is 40, and then I will give value for a padding of y-axis. So here I will use pad y, and then I will give padding 30. Okay, and I will save it to see output, and then I will execute it. So I have an error. I have missed a comma. So here I have to use a comma after this sky blue value, and then I will save it once again, and then I will execute the program. So this add button is creating a problem because this column is trying to set its size according to size of this button, that is a large size. Okay, so I have to use column span property to set this problem or fix this problem. Okay, so I will close this user interface window and then terminal, and now I have to use column span property. Okay, and then I have to merge two columns. Okay, so here I will use value for this property 2. Now I will save it once again, and then I will execute the program, and in this way we can see that now this problem was resolved. Like these all widgets are in their own column. Okay, now this is our purchase button, print bill button, and a button to add item. Okay, so now we have to make them functional, but first we have to create an other frame as a detail frame. Okay, so I will close this user interface window and then terminal, and now I have to create a new frame. So here I will give a comment that this frame is detail frame. Okay, detail frame. So it will carry information or detail. So here I have to create a frame, and I have created before. So I will copy it, and then I will paste it here. Okay, so it is pasted, and now I have to change name. So I will give name detail because this is detail frame, and I will replace this input with detail. Okay, and next I have to create it in our root window, and its background color is light gray, border size is 5, and value sorry, style of border is groove. And now I have to increase uh, padding value. So I will give value 450 because width of our previous frame is 400. Okay, so here I am using 450, and padding for y-axis will remain same, and I have to increase width. So I will give value 800, and height will remain same. Okay, so I want to see output. I will save it, and then I will execute my program, and now you can see this is our detail frame, but I should increase width. Okay, so and I will decrease value for padding of x-axis, but I should increase width of this frame. So I will close it, and then I will decrease uh, I will set 430, and then I will increase 840. Okay, so I will save it once again, and then I will execute the program, and now it is little better. Okay, yes, now it is better. So I have to create a list box inside this frame. Okay, so I will close it, and then I will close the terminal, and next I have to create a list box. So here I will use self dot list. Okay, you can use different name, like you can use list box instead of this list. This is variable name, and you can use different names for variable. And now I have to create a list box, So here I will access it by using tk dot, and this is list box. Okay, and now it will be created in our self dot detail frame. Okay, and next I have to set its background color by using bg property, and I will give value cyan. Okay, and next I have to set font style. So I will set font style. I will copy it from here. Okay, this is our font property with values, and then I will paste it in our list box widget. So I will remove this bold. Okay, so its style is Arial, and its size is 15, and its background color is cyan. And now I have to use border. So here I will use bd property, bd, and I will give value 3, and I will choose a style. So I will choose this sunken, and no, this is enough. And next I have to use width property. Okay, so I will give width 70, and height I have to use height property, and I will give value 25. Okay, so it will enough. And now I have to set its layout. So here I will use self dot list dot grid. Okay, and now I have to create it in our first row and first column, and I will give padding. So here I have to use pad x, and I will give value 10 for x-axis, and I will give value 20 for y-axis, but I should give value 10. Okay, now I will save it, and then I will execute my program. But I have a problem. What is problem? I have not assigned value for column property. Okay, so here I have to give value for column. So this is 0 to create it in our first column. And now I will save it once again, and then I will execute the program. And now I am trying to use pad x twice, but I have to use pad y. Okay, here I have to use pad y, and now I will save it once again, and then I will execute the program. And now you can see this is our list box, but its height is greater than frame detail frame, and its width is little. Okay, so or small. So I have to close it, and then I have to close this terminal, and now I have to increase width. So I will set width 73, and I will decrease height. I will give value 22, and then I will save it once again, and then I will execute it. Now still its height is large, so I will decrease it. So I will set value 20. Okay, so here I will give value 20, and now I will save it and then execute once again. Now it is small, so I will give value 21 for height. Okay, but it width is enough, but I have to increase height of this list. Okay, so I will close the terminal, and I will give value 21. Sorry, I have to give value 21. So here I will use 21. So our user interface is completed. Now I will show you once again. So this is our user interface. Okay, so here if user wants to purchase some item, so here he will enter a name of item and then quantity. Like if he want to purchase 2 eggs, so here he will enter name egg, and here he will enter quantity, and then he will click purchase button. And next after clicking this purchase button, a value will be printed in this list box, like uh, user is purchasing 2 eggs and price of 2 eggs is 30, 40 or 50. You can use any value. Okay, and after purchasing some items, if he want to finish his shopping and then he want to print a final bill, then he will click this print button, and in this way a total bill will be printed. Okay, and if a user wants to add any quantity, so it is for owner of store. Okay, this button will be used for owner of store. If he wants to add an item in his or her store, then he will click this add item. Okay, and a new frame will be opened with some widgets, and he will enter name of quantity, sorry, name of item and quantity of item and then price of item. And after adding all these information, he will click a OK button, and all information of that item will be stored in our database. So we have to make functional this add button first. Okay, so I will close it, and now I have to create sorry, I have to define a function. Okay, so here I will define function by using keyword. So here I will use def, and then I will give name add function. Okay, add function, and then I will pass self as a parameter, and then I have to create a frame in this function. So I have created frames, and I will copy it, control plus C. Yes, control plus C, and then I will paste inside our function. So I have pasted, and I have to set its position, otherwise we have to face a error. Okay, so I will change name of this frame, so it is add frame. Okay, self dot add frame, and it is also add frame. Okay, so here I have to use add frame. Okay, and next I have to create it in our root window. Okay, and its background will remain same, but you can change background color. Okay, so I will change background color. I will give value a light green. Okay, so it will shown different, and border will remain same, border style will also remain same, and its position, sorry, its value for x-axis is right, and it is value for y-axis, but I will decrease width. Okay, here I will give value 400. Okay, and height will remain same. Okay, so this is add frame, and now I have to create some input fields with labels. So I have created input fields and these labels. So I will copy this existing code, and then I will paste it after this frame. Okay, so here I will paste it with control plus V. Now I have to set its position, and next I have to change values, like I have to create it inside add frame. Okay, and also it will be created in our add frame. Okay, and I will change value, so it will item name. Okay, item name, and item name in item name in. Okay, and now I will change this background color. I will give light green. Okay, because background of this frame is light green, so I will give value light green, and then other values will remain same. Okay, and next I have to save it, and sorry, I have to call this function on clicking our add button. Okay, so here this is our add button, and I will use a comma to make it separate, and then I will use command property. Okay, so this is command property, and I will give value self dot add function. Okay, add function. Where is add function? Self dot add function. Okay, now I will save it, and then I will execute my program. So I have a error. What is error? We cannot use this add function because this add function is created out of our class. Okay, I have to set its position, and now I have to set position of this widget also. Okay, now it is fine, and now I have to save it, and next I will execute my program, and now I have no error, and now I will click this add item. Okay, and in this way this new frame is created, and here I have to enter item name, and next widget will be used to get price of item, and then another widget will be used to get quantity of item. Okay, so this is another frame, but we should use same color. Okay, but you can use this also. It is your choice which color you want to use for background. Okay, so I should use light gray. Okay, so next I have to use here also light gray, because color of both frames should same. And now I have to create one more widget. So I will copy this existing code, and then I will paste it next. Okay, now its name should quantity item quant. Okay, item quant, sorry, item quant, and here I will replace name with quant, sorry, quant, and here I will replace name it with item quant int. Okay, and also here I will replace name with quant. Okay, and now I will give value item quantity. Okay, item quantity, and I have to create it in our second row and first column, and here I have to use second row. Okay, now these are two labels and two input fields in our detail frame, sorry, this add frame. And next I have to create one more widget. So here I will copy it, and next I will paste this code. Okay, and now I have to change name. So here it will be used to get price. So I will give title name, variable name item price. Okay, and here I will replace quant with price, and on next line also here I will use price, and next I will use price once again. Okay, so and this way I will change text value. So I will give value item price. Okay, and I will create it in our third, sorry, control Z, in our third row number. Okay, so here I will give value 2, and here I will use also 2. Okay, so in this way three labels and three input fields are created in our add frame. Okay, next I have to create two buttons. So I will copy these existing buttons. So I can copy where are our buttons. I will find, and now I will copy this button. Okay, and then I will paste it in our add frame function. Okay, so this is OK button, not add button. I will change name. This is OK button, and it is also OK button. So I will change its value. or text name, OK button. Okay, so it will be created in our add frame. And next I have to change command value. Okay, so I will remove this add function. Okay, and next here I have to use OK, because this is our OK button. And width I will change width. I will give value 8. Okay, and background color will remain same, and style and font size style will remain same. Okay, but I will change row number, so it will be created in our fourth row. Okay, row number is also perfect, and column is also better, and padding value is 40. Column span, I have to remove this column span, and padding for y-axis is also enough. Okay, and next I have to create one more button, so I will copy this and then I will paste it on next line. Okay, so next I have to change name. This is close button to close our add frame. Okay, so this is close button and it is also close button. Okay, now I have to create two functions. One uh, for one will be called on clicking this OK button, and other will be called by clicking this close button. So first I will define a function for this close button. Okay, so here I will define by using def keyword, and I will give value close and then self as a parameter. And now I have to destroy this add frame, so I will use self dot add frame. Okay, dot destroy. Okay, there dot destroy. So this is destroy function. It is used to destroy any widget. Okay, so I will call this function after command property in our close button. So self dot close. Okay, so this is self.close. This function will be called when our close button will be clicked. Okay, now I have to define as other function that will be called on OK, on clicking OK button. Okay, so on next line I will use def keyword, and then I have to give a name for our function. This is insert function. Okay, insert function, because on clicking OK button, value of this frame will be inserted in our database. Okay, so I will pass self as a parameter. Now I have to use database. Okay, so it is time to use database. So I will click here in search bar, and then I will choose this MySQL workbench. Okay, so this is our workbench. I will click this local instance, and next I have to give a password, and my password is admin. Okay, when you are installing my SQL, then this password is required. Okay, and if you enter admin, then you have to enter here admin, and if you use any other password, then you have to enter your own password here. Okay, and then I will click OK, and next here I have to create a database. Okay, so I will create database with create database, and I will give name for database bill db. Okay, and I will select this query and I will execute it. Okay, now database is created successfully. Now I have to connect with database. So choose this first option, connect to database. Okay, now here you have to enter name of your database. So name is bill db. Okay, and then click OK button. Now you have to enter once again your password, and click OK. So maybe I have entered incorrect password. So I have to connect it once again, and here I will use bill db and then click, and now I have to give my password and then click OK. Okay, now our database is created successfully. Now I have to create a table in our this bill db database. So I will write a query create table. Okay, and now I will give name for table. So I will give name item. Okay, and then I have to create columns. So I will create first column with item underscore name. Okay, and its type is var char, and its size should 15. You can use any value according to your requirement. And next I have to create another column. So this is item underscore price, and its type should int, and I will give value 8. Okay, and next I have to create one more column with name item quant. Okay, and I will give size 8. Okay, and now I have to select, sorry, I have to define type. So here I will use int. Okay, now I will use semicolon, and then I will select this query and then execute. So table is created successfully. So this table contains three columns. One is column name, item name, second is item price, and third is item quant. Okay, so we will use these three. So next we have to get value from these input fields. Okay, so we can get value by using different ways. So we can define local variables inside this insert function, and we can also use our global variables. Okay, so we will use our global variables. So here I have to define some variables. Okay, so here I will give my comment that this portion is for variables. Okay, so these are variables, and here I have to create a variable to get item name. Okay, so this is self dot item name. Okay, item underscore name. Okay, now I have to define its type. So here I will use tk dot string in var. Okay, so its type is string, and next I have to define an other variable. So here I will use item price, item underscore price, and its type should int. Okay, because we have to use integer value. Price is an integer value, and next I have to declare an other variable. I am using self with all these variables because we have to get or use these variable in our functions. Okay, so if you have to use them locally, then you do not need to use this self. Okay, but I have to use them in our function. That's why I am using self with every variable name. Okay, so next variable is item dot quant. Okay, and its type is also integer. So here I will use int variable. Okay, so these three variables are created. Now I have to declare one more variable with name self dot total. Okay, so it will be contain total price. Okay, so its type should tk dot int variable. Okay, and next I have to use them. Okay, now I have to get value from user by using these variables. So we have to use them in our input fields. How can we use them? So here, so first I have to use for our add frame. Okay, so where is our add frame? This is add frame. Okay, so item name in, so here I have to use property, that is text property, text variable property. So here I have to use this text variable property, and I have to get name. So here I will use a variable self dot item name. Okay, so this variable will be initialized with name of item. Okay, so this variable is using in our add function. Okay, because we have to get item name, and then we have to store or insert this name in our database. Okay, and next we have to get quantity. Sorry, where is price? Yes, this last is for price. And next I have to use once again text property, text variable property. So text variable, and now I will use self dot, so I have to get quantity, so I will use variable name item quant. Okay, so this is item quant. Okay, so this variable will be initialized with value or quantity. Okay, and next I have to get price. So here I will use variable item price. So here I have to use text variable property, and then I will give value self dot item price. Okay, because we have to initialize it with price value. Okay, so next we have to insert this value in our database. So first we have to connect with database. So first of all we have to import py_mysql. Okay, so here I will import py_mysql. I hope you have installed mysql. Okay, if you have not installed, then you should download and install. Then you have to use command pip. Okay, pip install. I can write here. So I will open terminal, new terminal. Okay, so here you have to use pip install py_mysql. So first you have to download and set up mysql in your system, and then you have to enter this command pip install py_mysql. Okay, so next you can import py_mysql in your project. So I will close the terminal, and I have imported this py mysql. So now I can connect with mysql database. So here in our insert function, I will open connection with database. So here I will declare a variable with name con. You can use different name, and now I will use py mysql dot connect. So this connect method is used to connect with database. Okay, and next I have to use host. So by default our host is local host. Okay, and next I have to use user. So by default our user is root. Okay, and next I have to use password property, and our password is admin. Okay, admin. And next I have to use name of database. So here I will select database, and database name is bill db. Okay, so in this way we will establish a connection with database, and now I have to call cursor. So here I will define variable with name cur or cur, and now I have to use cursor. So connection dot cursor. So this is our cursor, and now we can execute our query. So here I will use cursor dot execute. So this execute method is used to execute our query. So the first query is for inserting our values. So here I will use insert. Okay, into item. So we have to use keyword values. Now we have to insert three values. So here I have to use three placeholders. First, sorry, second and third. So these are three placeholders. In this way, we are sending a message to database that we have to insert three values. First is for item name, second is for item price, and third is for item quantity. Okay. So next we have to insert these values. So we are containing these values in our global variables. So here I have to use tuple. So I have to use first variable that contains item name. Okay. So here I will use self dot. So here I have to use item name and then I have to get value. So here I will use dot get function. Okay, so in this way we will able to get value from this variable, and then we will insert this value instead, or this first placeholder will be replaced with this first value. Okay, so first value is item name because our first column is item name. Okay, and next is self dot item price. Okay, because our second column in our table of database is item price. Okay, so here I have to use get method. Okay, next I have to get quantity. So here I will use self dot, sorry, name of variable was item quant. Okay, so here I have to use item quant and then dot get. So in this way, we are getting three values and then we are inserting these three values in our database or table in our database. Okay. Next, we have to commit it. So here I will commit. So I will use con dot commit. Okay, so in this way we are inserting our values in our database. Okay, so if value is inserted successfully, then we have to show a message. So we have to use message box to show message that your item is added successfully. So to use this message box, we have to import it from Tkinter import message box. Now we can use this message box. So next I have to call this message box after commit. So here I will use tk dot message box dot. Now we have to use type show info. Okay, because we have different categories of this message box, and now we have to show information and we have to set a value for this pop-up window. So this is error. Okay, sorry, success. This is not for error, this is for success. And now I have to print message that item added successfully. Okay, so this message will be printed. So here, okay. So this message will be printed if our information is inserted in our database successfully. Then we have to close the connection. Okay. So we are closing this connection. Okay. So in this way we are getting values from user in our add frame. Okay, and then we are inserting these values in our database, and now we have created this function, and by using this function we will insert successfully our information or item in our database. So we will call this function on clicking OK button. Okay, so here I have to use name of function. So function name is insert. Okay, insert function. So in our OK button we are using command property, and then we are using or defining here name of function, that is insert function. When this OK button will be clicked, then our information or item will be inserted in our database, and then we will displayed a message that item is added successfully. Then we will close connection with database. Okay, now we want to clear input fields if user enters OK button. Okay, so here I have to define another function. So here I will use def keyword, and then I will use name clear. Okay, so this is clear function, and I will give self as a parameter and then colon. Now on next line I will set null values in our input fields when our OK button will be clicked. So here I have to use self dot. So first is self dot item name. Okay, and then we have to use set function, and we will set null. Okay, and next I have to use once again self dot item price. Okay, item underscore, sorry, not set. Here I have to use self dot item price. Okay, so this is item price, and then I will use set. So this is integer type, so here I have to use 0. Okay, and next can I use null? Okay, I will try. If I have any error, then I will use 0. Okay, self dot item quant. Okay, and then I will use set function, and then I will set it null. Now I have to call this function after closing the connection or after inserting our item in our database. So here I will use self, or here I have to call this clear function, self dot clear. Okay, so next I have called this function by clicking this OK button. Okay, and I have called close function by clicking close button. So here I will save it, and then I will execute the program. So our program is executed successfully. Now I have to add item. So I will click this add button, and now you can see this is 0. Okay, because a type of this widget was integer. That's why here is 0. Okay, now I have to enter a name, but I am not showing a close button. So what is problem? I will close user interface, and I will close it also. So what is problem? Problem is here in our close button. So it is in add frame. Okay, it should in our add frame, and then what is problem? The problem is here columns are same. Okay, I have to use one for this close button because I have to create it in our second column. Okay, now I will save it, and then I will execute once again. Now I will click OK. Now this is OK button. I have to change text value. Okay, so where is close button? Here I have to set close. Okay, close, because it will be used to close our add frame. So I will execute once again, and now I will click on this add button, and here I will enter item name. So I will add egg. Okay, and quantity. So quantity is 10 rupees, and sorry, quantity is 12. Okay, and price is 10 rupees. Okay, now I will insert it this item in our database. I will click OK button. Now item added successfully. Now we have inserted our item in our database. So we can say see in our database. So here I will enter a query. So I will enter select all from item. Okay, and then I will select this query and I will execute it. And now you can see this egg name is egg and price is 10 and quantity is 12. So in this way we have added items successfully in our database. Okay, now I will minimize it and now I will add a new item. So I will enter T. Okay, and then quantity is 20 and price is 15. I will click OK button. Now we have added a new item in our database. Okay, now you can see that values from these input fields are cleared. This is because of clear function. Okay, now I have to add a new item. So I will add sugar and then I will enter quantity. So I will enter uh, 20, okay, or 30 packets of sugar, and price is 50 rupees per packet. Okay, and then click OK. Now we have added three items in our database, or we can see that we have three items in our store. Okay, now I do not want to add any new item, so I have to close this add frame. So I will click this close button and our add frame is closed. Okay, now I have to purchase items. So we have to make functional all these input fields and purchase and print button. Okay, now I will close window and terminal. Now I have to define an other function. So here I will define function by using def keyword. Okay, and name of function should purchase, because we have to make functional our purchase button, and here I will use self. Okay, and then colon. Now we have to get item name and quantity from user. Okay, so here I will declare a local variable. So first is item. Okay, and here I have to get value from input field in our input frame. Okay, so this is input frame and we are getting value in our item in. Okay, this is self dot item in. Okay, and we will get value from user by using this input field. Okay, so we have to use this self dot item in name, and then we have to get quantity from user, so we have to use this self dot quant in. So we have to use these names, or we have to get values from these input fields. So I have declared this local variable with name item, and now we have to get item name from user or entry widget. So here I have to use self dot item in. Okay, item in, where is item in? So this is item in, and we have to use get method to get value from these input fields. Okay, and now we have to get quantity. So here I will use quant and then self dot item quant. Okay, so item quant, sorry, not item quant, name of this widget was quant in. Okay, quant in, and then we have to use get method. In this way we are getting values from input fields or user, and then we are assigning these values to our these two local variables. Okay, now we have to get value from database. Okay, so here I have to connect with database. So here I will use code, as we have used this variable earlier. So here we have to connect with database with same process that we have done before. So here I am using py-mysql, or I can copy all this process because the process is same. Okay, so here I have to copy this process. Okay, so I have copied it, with Control plus C, and then I have to paste it here. Okay, so I have pasted. Now I have to remove this query. Okay, and other process will remain same, like we are trying to connect with database. Okay, and then we are creating our cursor, and then we are accessing execute function to execute our query. Okay, now we have to get values from our database. Okay, so here I have to use query select. Okay, I have to select first column, that sorry, second column, that contains price. So here I have to use name item underscore price. This is column name in our item table of database. Okay, so this will be used to select item price, and then we have to select item quantity. Okay, item underscore quant. Okay, and then I have to use from keyword, and then we have to select this column from item table. Okay, and now we have to use where clause, because we have to select a specific item name. So here I have to use where item underscore name is equal. So here we have to get name from user. That's why I have to use here a placeholder. Now I have to get value from user. Okay, so we are getting value in our item variables. Okay, so here I have to use name of this variable that contains item name. Okay, so this name is gotten from user in our entry widget or input field. Okay, so this query will be work as select item price and item quant from item uh, table where item name is item. So item name can egg, sugar, and tea. Okay, in this way we are selecting these two uh, columns in our table. So in this way, a specific row will be selected, and now we have to get this row in our local variable. So here I will declare a local variable with name data. You can use different name for this local variable, and now I have to use a function that is cursor dot fetch one, because we have to fetch one row. So here I have to use fetch one method. Okay, this method is used to fetch one item. So this will be used or bring or fetch from our database. Okay, so in this case, or in the result of this query, one row will be selected, and we are getting this row in our local uh, data variable. Okay, and now we have to set a condition that if any row is selected, because if user enter as name that does not exist in our database. So here I have to check condition that any value exists uh, with this name. Okay, that was gotten from user in our entry widget. So here I have to use if condition, and then I have to check that data is initialized or not. So here I have to set that if data. It means that if data exists, okay, or if data contains any value. But otherwise, if it does not contain any value, then we have to use else. Okay, so here I will select else, and now if it does not contain any value, then we have to show error. Okay, so we will use tk dot message box. Okay, and now we have to choose type show error. Okay, because it will be used to display or print a error. So here I have to give title error, and then I will print a value. So this value is that invalid item. Okay, or item name. So this message will be printed. So this message will be printed in case that user entered item name does not exist in our database. But if it exists, then we will go inside this if condition, okay, and then we have to compare with quantity, because if user enters three uh, quantity of any item, then if we have a required quantity, then user will able to purchase specific or required quantity of item. Otherwise we will display an other error, okay. So here I have to use an other condition. So this is nested if, okay. If so we have to compare this quantity that was entered by user, okay. So here I will use quant, okay, and then I have to compare with quantity of our database. So first I will use quantity from our database. So I will use data, and now our quantity is exist in our second uh, index, okay. So here I have to use 1, okay, because our item is in our second index. So here I have to use 1. If I have to use first index, then I have to enter 0, okay. So if data, I mean quantity in our database is greater than or equal to user required quantity. So here I will use quant variable. Okay, it contains quantity gotten from a user. Okay, or it contains user required quantity. Okay, so if quantity in our database is greater than or equal to required quantity, then user will be able to purchase a required quantity of item. Otherwise we will print a error message by using else, okay. So here I have to use else, and now I have to print this existing error message, okay. Control C, and then I will paste here, okay. And now I will change this message. So I should print message item quantity does not meet requirement, okay. So here I will print item quantity does not. So here I will use does not meet to requirement, okay, to requirement. So this message will be printed if we have not item quantity according to requirement. Okay. So if we have, then what will happen? So here I have to calculate bill. Okay. So here I will use or declare a local variable with name bill, but bill exists, so name of class is bill. So I should use amount for name, okay, amount here. And I have to calculate a bill for this single item. So here I have to multiply price of item with quantity. So I have uh, from this first index. So here I will use data and then index first, okay, because we have first index for item price, okay. So we have to multiply with quantity. So quantity that was entered from or by user, okay. So here I will use quant. This is variable that contains quantity according to requirement of user, okay. So it will be multiplied with price, and then a product or answer will be assigned to this amount variable, okay. And now we have to calculate total bill, okay. So how can we calculate? Self dot total, okay. And now we have to set dot set, and then how can we set? Self dot total plus, okay, total. So we have to get value, okay, because this variable already can contain a value, okay. So here we have to get previous value, and then we have to add with new amount, okay. So in this way it will be updated. this total. If it contains value already, then it will be updated with new amount. Okay, so we have to print this item amount, and if user click print bill button, then we will display a total amount. Okay, so first we have to print amount of a single item. So here I have to declare a variable for a single item. Okay, single item, this is variable name. You can use different name. And now I have to print a bill for or amount for this single item. So what can we do this? I will use formatted string. So this formatted string can contain both string value and variable value. So first we have to use this string, that price for or price of. Okay, so here I have to use quantity that was entered from user. So what was name of variable that contains quantity? Okay, so price of quantity. Now I have to use name of item. Okay, so here I have to use again name of variable that contains item name, that is item, and then I have to write is. Okay, and now I will use again variable name that contains amount. Okay, so here I have to use amount. So if a user is purchasing two eggs, so it will be like this: price of two egg is, and then amount will be printed. Okay, so now we have to insert this value or string in our list box. So here I have to use self dot list. Okay, and then I have to call insert method. It is used to insert value in our any widget. So in this case we have to insert value in our list box. So we have to insert value after existing line or string. So here I have to use tk dot end. Okay, because we have to uh, insert after is existing uh, value or string, and then we have to insert value that is in our single item variable. Okay, so in this way we will insert successfully information of amount and quantity and item name in our list box. Okay, so now I want to set clear or null value in our input field. So I will define a new function to make clear our input field. So here I will use def keyword. So here I will use clear, but I have used this name already. So I should use clear add. Okay, add frame. So here I will use clear add frame, and then I will use self, and next I have to set uh, clear our dot add frame. This is input frame. Okay, so this is input frame. So here I have to set first empty first widget. So first widget was uh, item in. Okay, self dot item in, and then I have to delete value from this widget. Okay, so we can use also delete method. So I will use delete. Okay, and now I have to delete from first value to last. Okay, tk dot end. Sorry, I have to select end. So in this way we will remove all values from our first input field that contains item name in our input frame or our first frame. Okay, now I have to delete values from quant in. Okay, quant in. So I will save it, but I have to call this function here. Okay, after our value will be inserted in our uh, list box. So I will call this function, and name of function is self dot clear input frame. Okay, and also I have to call this function after displaying error messages. Okay, so I will copy this and then I will paste it here. Okay, not here, here I will paste it, and then I will also paste it here. Okay, so in this way we will get value from user, uh, like if he wants to purchase egg or tea, then we will get amount or quantity of item, and then we will multiply with quantity and price of this item. Okay, then we will print uh, total amount for only this item. Okay, and then we will insert it in our list box. Okay, and next, uh, if user wants to print a bill. Okay, now we have to make or declare a new function that will be used to print bill. Okay, so we will define a new function using def keyword, and now we have to use name print underscore bill. Okay, then self. Okay, and then colon. Now I have to print bill. How can I print bill? So here I will use line variable. Okay, you can use different name, and then I will draw a empty line or dotted line. Okay, so this line will be printed after information of every item. Okay, and before total amount. So I have to insert this string or line in our list box. So I have to insert it. So here I will use self dot list. Okay, and then insert. Now I have to insert after existing line. So here I will use tk dot end, and then I will insert this line. Okay, and next I have to print total bill. So here I will get value from total variable. So here I can get value in local variable. So here I will use print bill, print bill. Okay, so this is variable name, and then how can we print bill? I will use formatted string because it can carry both string and variable values. So here I will print total bill, sorry, bill is. Okay, or I can use only total bill, and then small dotted line, and then I will use column, and now I have to print bill. And how can we get value from total variable? Self dot total, yes, total dot get. Okay, so in this way we will get value from total variable. Now we have to insert this formatted string in our list box. Okay, so here I will use again self dot list. Okay, and then dot insert, and then after existing line tk dot end, and then I have to insert value in our, sorry, I have to use comma, then print bill. Okay, so in this way we will able to print a total bill. Now I have to call this function on clicking our print bill button. So where is our print bill button? It is in our input frame, and this is print bill button. So here I have to use a comma, and then I have to use command property, and then I have to call function that is self dot print bill. Okay, now I have to save all the code, and then I will execute it to test completely. So I have no error, and now, sorry, I was skipping important process. Okay, because when user will purchase an item, then we have to update quantity of item in our database. Okay, like we have total 12 eggs in our database and user purchases 2 eggs, then we have to update quantity in our database, and now quantity of eggs should 10 in our database. So how can we update it? So we will update in our purchase function. So where is our purchase function? This is our purchase function, and here I have to update. So here I will use here in this nested if condition here. Okay, so we have already connected with database, and now I have to execute only query. So here I will use cursor dot execute because only I have to execute the query, and I have already connected with database, okay, in this function. So I do not need to connect once again. Okay, so here I have to execute only query. So what is query? Update. Okay, we have to update, and now how can we update? Here I have to declare a local variable. I will use update name for this variable. Okay, and how can I update? I will uh, minus quantity from quantity in our database. So in our second index we have a value for quantity. Okay, so here I will use data and second index. Now I have to minus quantity. Okay, so quantity was inserted or gotten from user. So this is quant. Okay, now uh, a new value is assigned to our update variable, that is a local variable. Now I have to insert or use query, that is update. Okay, now we have to update our item table, and now we have to set. Okay, we have to set item quant. Okay, item quant. Okay, now we have to insert new value. So here I have to use placeholder, and then I have to use where item name is. Here I have to use item name, and we have to get item name from user. That's why I have to use placeholder. Okay, so I have to pass values by using tuple. Okay, sorry, here I have to use pair of curly, sorry, parentheses, and then I have to use here names of variables. Okay, so first we'll use for quantity. So we have quantity in our update variable. So here I have to use update, because if we have to use a value for quantity, then we have to use value that contains, sorry, variable that contains value for quantity. Okay, and second is name, then we have to use name of variable that contains a name of variable item later. Okay, so here I have to use name of variable that contains name of item. Okay, so in this way value from first variable will be replaced with first placeholder, and name or value in our second variable will be replaced with second placeholder. Okay, now we have to commit it. So here I will use con dot commit. Okay, and then I have to close the connection. So here I will use con dot close. Okay, so I have completed all the process successfully. Now I have to save it, and then I will execute my program, and now we have to uh, test it completely. Okay, so I have to click on this add item to add a new item. So here I will add biscuits. Okay, biscuits, and quantity of biscuits should 5 and price of a biscuit should 5. Okay, so I will uh, click this OK button, and now this item is added in our database successfully. Okay, now I have to click OK. Now I will close this ad frame, and now I want to purchase an item. So here I will enter invalid name. So here I will enter EG only. Okay, so this is invalid name, and I will enter valid quantity. But name is invalid, then we will show error message. Okay, so I will click this purchase button. Maybe this button is not functional, so I will close it, and I have to call this function. Where is our purchase button? So here I have to search purchase button in our input field. Okay, here we have to call the function. So here I will use command property, and then I will call function self dot purchase. Okay, purchase, and then I have to use comma. So this is called, and print will function is also called, and add function is also called. Okay, so I have to save it, and then I will execute it. Okay, now I will insert invalid item theme EG, and then quantity is valid. Now I have to click this purchase button, and now you can see invalid item name. Now name is invalid. Okay, I will click OK button. Now value from these input fields are erased. It is because of clear function. Okay, now I will enter valid name, but I will enter invalid quantity. Like I have only 12 eggs, but I will insert 15 quantity. Okay, so I will click purchase button, but it is not working. What is the problem? I will see. So message is that greater than equal to not supported between instances of int and string. Okay, no problem. We will fix it. How can we fix it? We will go in our purchase function. So where is our purchase function? I will search purchase function. So next, I will scroll down. So this is our purchase button, and now it says that its type is string and its type is int, and we are trying to compare this string and integer. Okay, so how can we fix it? We have to convert it in integer. So here I will use int variable, and then I will pass all this process uh, as a parameter. Okay, so in this way we will get value from input field, because by default its type is string. Okay, and now we will convert it into integer. Okay, now this variable contains value with integer type. Okay, first was string type. Now I will save it, and then I will execute it once again, and now I will enter the valid name egg, but invalid quantity. Okay, so I will enter 15, and now I will click purchase button. Now you can see item quantity does not meet requirement. Okay, it means that our quantity is lower than requirement in our database. I will click OK. Now I will enter valid name T, and then I will enter valid quantity, and then I will click purchase button. Now you can see price of 2T is 30, because price for per packet was 15. That's why amount for 2 packets is 30. Now I want to purchase one more item, like I want to purchase egg, and I want to purchase 3 eggs. Okay, now I have to click purchase button, and now you can see price of 3 egg is 30, because the price for every egg is 10. and now I want to purchase one more item, like I want to purchase sugar. Okay, so here I will enter sugar, and then I will enter 2 packets. Okay, so I will click purchase button. Now the packet price of per packet is 50, so price for 2 packet is 100. Okay, so I want to purchase one more item. I want to purchase 3 biscuits. Okay, sorry, here I have to use name biscuit, sorry, biscuit, and then I will uh, enter quantity 3, and I will click purchase button. Invalid item name, maybe name of item was biscuits. Okay, uh, biscuits, and I will enter 3, and I will click purchase button. Okay, so price of 3 biscuits is 15. Now I want to print a total bill. Okay, so I will click this print function, print button, and now you can see that a total bill is printed. Now you can calculate 30 plus 30 is 60, and plus 100 is 160, and plus 15 is 175. Now total bill is printed successfully. Okay, now I should say that quantities in our database are updated or not. Okay, so I will open this workbench, and now I will use this existing query, select all from item, and then I will click this execute option, and now you can see that the quantity of egg was 12. Now it is uh, 9. Okay, and quantity for biscuits was 5, and we have purchased 3 biscuits. Now quantity of biscuits is 2. Okay, it means that quantities or values for quantities are updated successfully. Okay, so I will close this workbench. So this was all about supermarket billing system using Python Tkinter with MySQL database. I hope this video will be very helpful and easy to understand for you. If you like this video, please share with your friends and class fellows. And if you did not subscribe our YouTube channel, then please subscribe our YouTube channel right now. Thank you.